Thank you, Susie, for the introduction. I couldn't have written it better myself. As I listened to Diane, I actually rearranged a few things here because to meet the goals she's talking about, maybe the best thing to do is not put your money in the bank, but to put it in a life insurance policy. So many people are thinking that you need to put it in savings in the bank or in a 401k, which is what we're all programmed because of the advertising that goes on. But I found out, and this is my passion now to tell everybody about, after I found out about it, which I wish I had learned about it 40 years ago, is the living benefits of life insurance. It's probably the safest and best place to save your money. Everybody knows about the death benefit of life insurance, it's pretty obvious, but it's called life insurance, not death insurance. So the idea is not new, it's probably over 100 years old. In fact, it's such a great place to put your money that the IRS stepped in about 1985 or thereabouts and said, we want to limit the amount of money you can stuff into these insurance policies. So they made some new rules and regulations of whether it was insurance or is it an investment. And so you need to design the policy to make sure it's still a viable life insurance policy, but yet you want to put as much money in there as possible because it's probably the safest place you can ever put it. In all of our conversations with the insurance companies and our leaders, everybody agrees that we can say nobody has ever lost $1 of their money in an insurance plan, life insurance. Now, there's other insurances that have gone broke. The property casualty ones are very suspicious because when we had to watch riots, we had people who had insurance from a company in South America somewhere. Well, as soon as the claims start coming in, they just pulled up to a bankrupt. Life insurance is controlled very heavily by all of the state insurance regulators. They must keep so much cash value reserved in order to pay benefits to the widows and orphans. Congress, from time to time, has brought up the fact that they want to tax the death benefits and so on, but so far, we've managed to keep it like it is. It's tax-free to the next generation. Now, you can use an off-the-shelf whole life policy, and actually they turn out to be, over a 30-40 year period, quite an investment. We just did a report on one that was a 45-year case. The actual growth was about 6%, tax-free growth, by the way, which would be 7.5%, 8% if you were growing it in a tax situation. So my idea was to compare life insurance, which not too many people know about the values of it, to a 401k because everybody's heard of it. Most of you may even have 401k somewhere. So what I did is sit down and crunch the numbers. And if you put your money in a 401k, they're promoting that it's great because you're saving the taxes. So I used an example of putting $4,000 a year into a 401k plan, and to keep the comparison equal, we need to have parameters that are the same. So we're going to use 6% growth over a 24-year period, and so we're talking about $4,000 before taxes going into the 401k plan. So you're saving $1,020. Now, that brings up another point. When you're told that you're saving this money, it's sort of like free money. So what do we all do when we got free money? We blow it, don't we? We don't put it away over here someplace. So that's another false impression that we're giving about how we're going to control our money. Now Diane talked about having $1 million in the bank. How about having $2 million in a cash value life insurance policy when you're, say, my age, 75 years old? And it's your access to it. So you don't have to worry about having long-term care insurance, your medical. What can you worry about paying that's going to cost $2 million? And I ran into a gentleman that has that. He's an old-time life insurance guy. He sold himself policies, say 40 years ago, and that's exactly what he has. He has 2 policies, $1 million each. Now, if we go and compare now to the life insurance, instead of putting the $4,000, we're going to pay the taxes. So we're only going to be able to put in there, what's the, I don't look at the number, $2,880 a year. And it's going to grow the same way, only 4 years, 6% growth. And at the end, we will have $151,061. If we look back at the, I'm getting backwards here. The first example is the 401k. Now your 401k, that $4,000 a year, is going to grow to $209,807. But you have a partner in that situation. Most people, when they look at their investments, they look at their 401k and they say, wow, I got $200,000 in there. My money. No, it's not. You didn't pay taxes on it, so you got a partner. The IRS wants their share. So you take the $209,807, pay your 28% tax, and lo and behold, you got $151,061. Same amount of money. So that just shows you that the IRS is not giving anything away to anybody. When they developed the 401ks, the IRAs, and all those qualified plans, they weren't going to give you any tax breaks. In fact, if you compare the difference, you're going to pay, where are my notes? Lose my notes here. Okay, your 401k, your actual taxes you paid was $58,746. If you add up all of the taxes you paid over the 25 years, it's only $26,880. So actually, you saved taxes by paying your taxes and then using your money later to go on your insurance policy. So in closing, I like to get all confused. The 401k value becomes part of your estate. You're probably going to have estate taxes. If it's big enough and the inheritance, they're going to have to pay inheritance tax probably. Your life insurance grows tax-free, passes on to the next generation tax-free, and hopefully you've taught the next generation how to use life insurance so that they can take the free money they got and buy more policies. My one mentor has 42 policies. He's taken policies on all of his kids, the wives, grandkids, on and on and on. And I thank you for listening.
Thank you, Cliff. That was fantastic. You take your